Hello and Assalamualaikum. Today I will present on individual teaching plan RPI for subject MTES 2102. So before we start, I introduce what is RPI and inclusive education. So in Malaysia, inclusive education is central to the national goal of ensuring all students, regardless of their abilities, have access to education. This approach is about making sure that the education system can meet the diverse needs of its learners, adapting to each student rather than expecting everyone to fit a standard model. Malaysia's Ministry of Education supports these three policies that promote inclusivity, aligning with international educational standards and goals like the Sustainable Development Goal 4, which aims for inclusive and equitable equality education for all. And individual teaching plan or RPIs are vital tools in inclusive education, particularly in classrooms that include students with special needs. These plans are tailored educational strategies designed to help students with special needs achieve their best at schools. RPIs are created through teamwork involving teachers, special education experts, parents, and the students themselves. So this RPI is created for what we call students from my school. So I will introduce him as Adam. And he is 15 years old. He is diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder. Basically, Adam faces challenges with social interaction, communication, and sensory processing, which usually happen to people who have autism. Okay, before I start writing Adam RPI, so I need to assess his needs. So there are various aspects of assessment of Adam's needs that I need to go through. So the first aspect is his main challenges. So Adam's main challenges is that he struggles with sensory processing, which means he feels overwhelmed in noisy or visually busy environments like in school classroom, which impact his focus and participation. Additionally, he also finds typical social interaction challenging, having difficulty with social cues, conversation, and forming friendship, which usually hinders his social and emotional development. Second aspect is his existing knowledge, which include Adam has basic arithmetic skills like addition and subtraction, and he also familiar with some practical application of math, such as measuring items and managing times, but he finds complex tasks like scheduling is very challenging. Next, in terms of abilities, Adam is capable of performing simple calculation and understand basic mathematical concepts that can be applied to daily life. He has demonstrated the ability to use math in real-life situations, such as calculating the total cost during shopping trips or understanding proportion in recipe. Medically, also, although Adam does not need any medicine for his disorder, but he needs some quiet place to distress from busy or noisy environment. Next, Adam's service needs include regular support from a special education teacher who can help him develop and refine practical math skills suitable for real-world scenarios. Additionally, he also requires ongoing assistance from occupational therapists to manage sensory processing issues, and he also needs speech-language therapists to enhance his communication skills. Next, Adam needs a few support equipment such as adaptive tools. He also needs sensory aid such as noise cancelling headphone to help him reduce the auditory distraction, and he also needs visual aids like high contrast, large print material, or digital displays assist in processing visual information more effectively. So this is what I found for Adam's assessments of needs. Okay, so for the RPI focus, so Adams followed KSSM Form 3 curriculum since he is in class inclusive education program. And for the long-term goal, Adam has two long-term goals which I had identified earlier. One is to enhance his social skills, and enabling him to communicate effectively and interact appropriately across various community settings, from casual to structured social engagement. And I also aim to develop strategies to help him manage his sensory sensitivities and adapt to environmental changes, which will help him improve his adaptability and overall quality of life. This includes teaching him to use tools and techniques that reduce sensory overload and increase his comfort in diverse settings. So for Adams, we have established a few short-term goals for him. One is to improve his social communication skills. Second is to increase tolerance to sensory stimuli. Third is to develop the money handling skills. Fourth, to develop the ability to follow time schedule. And lastly, to improve mathematical problem solving. This is his short-term goals. So for each short-term goals, the teacher will create intervention strategies in order to achieve the goals, and also we create assessment and progress monitor to assess whether the strategies help to achieve the goals, short-term goals. So for Adams, to improve his social communication skills, the teacher will utilize role-playing session to practice greetings and simple interaction, and will supplement it also with social stories to illustrate proper response in various scenarios, and this will be monitored through observation and checklists during the activities. So for second short-term goals is to increase his tolerance to sensory stimuli. So these strategies is to introduce sensory diet that includes scheduled breaks for sensory activities, for example using stress ball or listening to calming music with headphones. This is to gradually expose Adam to a varied sensory environment with controlled increase in stimulus intensity to build tolerance. And how to assess these strategies is by record Adam's response to sensory stimuli in a log and to note progress and regression. And feedback session with Adam is to understand his comfort levels and to adjust interventions accordingly. So for Adam's third short-term goals, for him to develop money handling skills, the strategies is to use simulated shopping activities with play money to teach budgeting and making change, and also to incorporate math purpose games and abstract teach financial concepts. How to monitor or assess this is by to conduct a practical assessment through simulated shopping scenarios, and also to use quiz or practical tests to evaluate understanding of money concept. Basically, just give a quiz or test for him. So to achieve Adam's fourth short-term goals, which is to develop the ability to follow time schedules, is by teach Adam how to use timers and alarms on devices to manage his schedules, and also the teachers can create visual schedules and blocks for Adam to follow the routines. And how to assess these strategies is by regularly check Adam's ability to follow the schedule and make adjustments as necessary by using time logs where Adam records his schedule adherence. And lastly, how to achieve Adam's last and fifth short-term goals, which is to improve his mathematical problem solving by integrating practical math problems related to everyday life. And also the teacher can use manipulative and visual aids to help Adam to visualize and solve problems. And how to assess this is by using project-based assessment to make sure Adam apply his math skills to solve real life problem, and by reviewing and discussing completed project with Adam to evaluate his understanding and to look areas for improvement. So after we had looked at the section B for the RPI, which the RPI focus, we will look into the section C, which is for Adam career transition. So for Adam career transition, Adam had shown a keen interest in areas that involve structured tasks and visual element. When he get his career interest eventually results for Year 6 special education students. So for his career planning and direction, so it is recommended for Adam to continue his studying by focusing on developing professional skills. So for the justification is because it will provide Adam with the structured learning environment that he needs, and at the same time it offers practical skills training. So what are the independence elements? Is that Adam can function independence, which include managing his schedules and handling job-specific tasks. So for collaboration and support, there are a few teams, including special education teachers, occupational therapists, speech language pathologists, school psychologists, and Adam's family itself lah. So for special education teacher, they will closely work with the mainstream math teacher to adapt the curriculum and instructional materials to fit Adam's learning style. This will also modify assessment to ensure accessibility. Meanwhile, the occupational therapists will be consulted to create a sensory-friendly classroom environment, providing strategies to minimize sensory overload, which will help improve Adam's focus and also participation in math lessons. And next is speech language pathologists. They will enhance Adam's mathematical communication skills in focusing on improving his ability to understand and express mathematical concepts clearly. And this also is very important for his problem solving and reasoning abilities. Then next is a school psychologist will implement strategies to boost his confidence and reduce his anxiety. In addition, they also will conduct assessment to track his progress and identify any psychological barriers. Lastly, regular communication with his family will ensure that strategies implemented at school are reinforced at home, providing insight into his behaviors and preferences that help tailor intervention. And by working with these professionals, it's aimed to create a supportive and enriched learning environment that addresses all aspects of Adam's education and promoting his academic success and development. To summarize, the RPI developed for Adam is designed to address his unique educational needs within a mainstream classroom setting. This plan highlights the importance of inclusive education, particularly in the fields of mathematics, where students with special needs often face significant challenges. By adapting the curriculum, instructional materials, and assessment to Adam's learning style and requirement, the plan ensures that he can access the same educational opportunities as his friends. The implementation of this RPI is expected to have a big impact on Adam's life. Academically, it aims to build his confidence in mathematics by providing him with the tools and support needed to succeed. And socially, the plan encourages his interaction within the classroom and helps develop skills necessary for his future employment and personal independence. That's all from me. Thank you for listening and assalamualaikum.